Welcome everyone to Straight from the Paws. Today I have my co-host with me, Beverly.
Hi.
And I bet you can't guess what we're going to be talking about today. Well, if you can't guess or you can't see at a distance, it's our Festival of Trees. And it's going to be held on when?
Sunday, November 6th from 12 to 5.
And in case you didn't know, that's Daylight Savings Time Day as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It is. I know that because it happens every year that we do it on that.
Wow.
So
always the first Sunday in November.
Always the first Sunday in November, correct. So let's just talk a little bit about, before we talk about the trees, let's talk about how people what they do when they come in and what's going to be available to people.
So you want me to talk?
I'll let you talk about that.
Oh, God, I'm honored.
You're welcome.
All right, so what we do at that event is people will arrive about 12 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We will have about 6 to 8 cashiers in the lobby of White's. People will come in and look at all the trees that are going to be there. I believe this year it'll be a count anywhere from 80 to 90. Because at this time of the taping, we're still getting new people looking at the trees and asking to make trees. So we do this by selling raffle tickets. We keep them all the same color, which is red, and we keep the prices very simple. So you can buy raffle tickets for $20, $10, or $5. Most people buy the $20 strip. And you take those raffle tickets.
How many tickets do you get for $20?
Oh, you get 25.
Okay, how many do you get for 10?
You'd get 12.
And how much would I get for 5?
6.
Okay, got it.
So we take the raffle tickets, you keep one, the strip says keep this coupon. And the other one, you write a number on the back of it. So when you arrive, you will be assigned a number. That number will start at 200 and it goes up to 2,000. Once you have assigned number, then you put that number on the back of all your tickets instead of writing your name, your address, your phone number. And it's hard for people to read all of that. So we just ask you to put a number. So if your number is 310, that's all you have to write on the back of your tickets, is 310.
What you've got to remember, though, is your number. Because if you go forward and you say, I want to buy $20 more worth, and they say, well, what was your number? And you say, oh, I don't remember. You get another number. Now you're looking for 2 different numbers. So we prefer that you try to remember your number. Honestly, some people write it on their hand.
Oh, I've seen them do that.
Yeah, people write it on their hand.
On the back of the hand.
Absolutely.
And some people write them on the ticket that says keep this coupon.
Right, and they'll do it that way.
They write on that. So there's all kinds of ways that you can remember your number. And then all you do is have a great day. There's Christmas music playing, there's all the trees, walking around looking at all these beautiful trees, and there's a concession stand.
From
and
White's.
We always have a bake sale. And we will have items for sale, like wonderful t-shirts.
We will. And this year, hopefully, we will have some sweatshirts, some hoodies.
And cookbooks.
And cookbooks again. And we'll have long sleeve shirts this year. I'm not sure about the price of the long sleeves. The short sleeves have always been $20, so I'm not sure about the long sleeves. But the hoodies, I think, are going to go for $40. And there'll be a couple of different colors, and hopefully we'll have some, some for sale because we're going to be selling them at another event as well. And yeah, so they make great Christmas presents. That's what people are telling me.
Definitely. This is all about Christmas.
Yeah.
So we call it the kickoff to the Christmas season.
Absolutely.
It's before Thanksgiving, so people are not all crazy busy. You have time to relax and enjoy, bring the kids. A lot of people give kids like a strip of tickets and tell them to go around and pick out a tree. There are so many options of trees. There's kids' trees, there's sports trees, hence. There's lottery ticket trees, there's gift card trees. It goes on and on and on.
Yeah, we have some very, very creative trees, and we'll talk about that now. This is my friend Alexa, and she comes out at Christmas time. I won this tree for the first and only time that we've been doing this. I won an Alexa with her. With this tree. So I call her Alexa. This is my little snow lady, Alexa. And
I think it's a guy.
I still say, well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl. I call her Alexa.
All right, so that's your Alexa tree.
That's because I remember I won her Alexa.
And I hear you keep this up all winter.
I do keep it up all winter, and we change
the
scarf a couple of times in the winter and make it look a little bit more, festive. But yeah, it's a really great tree. One of our volunteers, Kathy, saw it on Pinterest and tried it, and I thought it came out really, really nice. So we brought that today, and that just happens to be my little friend Alexa that comes back and forth, and we try to put her on this show. So, and she'll be up in my house at the winter time, and just kind of a cool little guy.
I think
and it
she's
looks
been
great.
on the show before. But
I think she might have been.
Yeah, she visits
You know,
frequently.
it'd be great if someone else could do a tree like that and just put a $100 gift certificate for something.
Just the tree alone.
Yeah.
I mean, the way she did it was very creative, but she used Pinterest. The sticks, we brought it to a florist, and we had everything glued on. So
Right.
now it just comes back and forth
Right.
all the time. So it's safe, and it moves around quite a bit. And then Gail said, Bev, we're doing a show this week. Do you think you could pull a tree together? So Bev pulled a tree together, but I've been thinking about this tree all year.
Yes, you have.
So I usually do a Patriot tree or a Celtics tree. And this year the Red Sox, not too good. But anyway, doesn't matter. People that are true sports fans will love Red Sox. So I decided to divide the tree into 4 quadrants. So here is the Celtics part, and right over here is the Red Sox. Now I can't give you all sides of the tree, but against the wall is the Patriots part, and then in this corner is the Celtics part. So I threw the Celtics hat up on the tree.
Well, you mean to say
I mean the Bruins.
Bruins.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Slap me down. So yeah, so I did the 4 quadrants because I couldn't decide what tree I wanted to do. So the paraphernalia under the tree has everything. It has Red Sox, Patriots, Bruins, and Celtics. So it's in a little array of gifts. And this was only a little smidgen of the gifts that I have to go under the tree. There's a lot more stuff that'll go under this tree.
So we'll talk about the value of the trees when we ask people to donate, and at every event we always get 2 or 3 new people that say, I want to donate next year, and they do.
They do.
So I take care of that in August, and I contact the people that I had on the list, and I've contacted my regulars, and some people say, oh, I can't do it this year, and I fully understand. Others, you know, have other things going on, and they won't be around. Okay, great. So, you know, new people are always welcome to, you know, do a tree.
Even though this is October, we can still take a tree or 2 to the event.
We could.
If someone is interested, they could call 508-678-0804.
It's 0804.
I say oh.
Well, that's your mistake. You know, I was a high school teacher. You only taught kindergarten and
That's true.
elementary school. So the number, let me correct you, is 508-678-0804. That's the number
That's
to call.
the correct number. And you could still do a tree if you get to us right after you see the show air.
Beginning in October.
Correct.
But anyway, so we have a lot of trees. I'm not really sure my number yet. It's closer to 90, but like I said, some people, you know, say, oh, Gail, I'm really sorry I can't do it this year. Fine. Even though they had committed to it, no problem. We donate the trees to you. We give you the tree, and you have to have a $100 value or more. And I can honestly tell you that Beverly's tree is way over $100. It's, you know, little pieces here and there, but you go out and buy something. For example, this was bought at the paper goods store, and just this little piece of, you know, wood here, the sticker's still on it, it's $12. So
Well, I can't go around taking all the stickers off.
No, I
It's
understand that. I'm just
my
saying-
fingernails won't handle that.
oh
you
yes,
know.
God forbid.
And
So-
this, I love this because it says it's a New England thing.
yes.
Right? It's a New England thing. You don't understand unless you're in New England. So that's why I did this with the 4 spots on it. It's a New England thing.
It's really nice. It really, really is nice. So people enjoy coming, and let's talk a little bit about the event. You know, she said you could come in and spend the day. Well, one of the things that people are concerned about, and I'll be very honest with you, is parking. If there's another event going on that day, there's going to be a lot of parked cars.
But they do have a new parking lot.
They do have a new parking lot beyond their hotels,
Correct.
which you can park. It says event parking for whites, so that is good. It's just that parking's at a minimum. So unfortunately, that's the only place that the best venue we have in the area. So that you have to just be a little bit tolerating of that information and have a little bit of a walk. And hopefully it's a nice brisk day, and you know you're okay, and it's not pouring rain or whatever. The next thing is that also, during the day, we have the concession, but we have probably less tables than we've had in the past. We're going to try to put a few more tables in so people can sit down and wait. What happens is sometimes people, as you know, or you don't know because you're up front, but I see people are there and they sit there and they spend the whole day there, which is
the
great.
tables are cafeteria style for people who want to eat.
Right.
So we try to discourage people from sitting there for the rest of the day, you know, just
But it happens.
sitting
Right,
there
it
and spending
happens.
the whole day sitting at the cafeteria tables.
Right. Now, let's talk a little bit about the not to close it, but the end of the event. Now,
This is hard.
this is a very difficult time, and people get very, concerned, and they're like, "Oh, you got to hurry up." And people make suggestions as they're coming to pay. "Oh, you should be doing it this way. You should be doing it that way." Take my word for it. We do the best we can, and the amount of time we have got it down to, I would say, a scientific
5 to 7.
Right, 5 to 7. We try very, very hard to have a scientific as how many trees, how many do it. But you've got to understand that I have to have volunteers that are willing to bring the trees back and forth. I have to have people that are going to volunteer to bring the trees to Bev,
And
who
bag the
then is
trees.
going to be there calling the people on the phone, because some people are not going to stay. And please remember, if you are not going to stay and we're going to have to call you, you have to come back before 7 p.m. to pick up your tree. We cannot leave it at White's, and we cannot transport them back to the shelter. There is no room at the shelter. We have, I'm going to say this very quietly, we've outgrown the shelter a little bit. Bev
What
likes-
did you say,
I
Gail?
didn't say a word. We've sort of outgrown this shelter, so it's very difficult. We don't have the space. We just don't have the space. So we need people to come back and pick them up. Fortunately for Bev and I, we have some wonderful neighbors that have a big van that they use for their food pantry that they have in Fall River. They come in the morning and they help us. Bev and I will have like 30 trees that we have to deliver from our garage or from our house, and they will come and they will help us set up. Now, they've offered to come back, but I said no, because I don't want them back at my home, because we have in November, Thanksgiving's coming around the corner, and I have a lot of guests for Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm a very good cook, so I have to get everything ready for in Thanksgiving. It's very difficult for me.
That's a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. Anyway, but we have about 25 guests at Thanksgiving, so that makes a little bit of a problem. So please remember that you have to be there. So what I'm trying to make is, please give us if you're going to go out for dinner someplace and come back, and you haven't quite made it back because you were waiting to be served, please give us your cell phone number. Don't give us your house number where you're not home.
Or your work number.
Or your work number and you've already left work. That makes it very complicated for us and very difficult for us to figure out what to do. And the easier it is for us, the smoother it goes for you, and we move on. One of the things I'd like to talk about that I don't even know if Bev's aware of it, but some of our guests, and I'm not being critical, some people will go around and in the bag that they put the tickets in, they'll crinkle the tickets. Well, I have people that walk around and uncrinkle the tickets, because it's not fair for a crinkled ticket to be the one that you automatically select. And one of our board members has a younger son. I don't even know how old he is now. He's probably in his teens. No, he's not really.
I think he's like 11.
He's probably 11 or 12. He will come and he's the one that picks the numbers. So
We've done adults, we've done winners.
Yeah, we done the
We've
person
done
that won
board
first.
members, but it takes too long.
No, it's easy to have one person pick the numbers,
Right,
and
he
he
just stays there,
volunteers
he
to do
just
that.
picks 'em.
His mom and dad both work that day with us, and then he's there with us, and he just picks the numbers, which is fantastic. Also remember too that while we're talking about this, we've talked about, I think on past shows, our volunteer group here has dwindled. As you all know, in our society today, at least I think you all know, if you don't, I'll be shocked, that people we're having difficulties finding staff. I'm always having difficulties finding staff here at the shelter, and volunteers. This is the first time in all the years we've had volunteers that in July our volunteer coordinator texted me and said, "Gail, I can't believe there's only one person here." We were flabbergasted. We just couldn't believe it. It's never happened. So we are looking for volunteers. And if you say, "Well, I'm too old to do that. I just retired. I can't do it." Sure, you can. You can come in. You can do dishes. You can do laundry. You can just go around and do dusting like you do in your own home. All that helps, because we want a clean and safe environment for our animals. And then you get the opportunity, if you want, to play with your kittens or the dogs or whatever, what's good for you. We also have a walking program.
Walking, yes.
A walking program
That's
that
so
Ariana
much
has.
fun.
And we really, need people to do that as well. I mean, the staff wants to give the animals here the best home environment that they possibly can, but there's only so many people and so much they have to do in one day. So I'm putting a plug in for volunteers, and that number is, you call Joyce at 508-679-3063. And you call Joyce, and she has it usually the first or the second Sunday of the month. For obviously in November, that will be our I think for this, yeah, it will be the November 6th. So she won't have it till the following week.
Right,
she'll have
she cannot
orientation.
have it on Festival of Trees Day.
No, we need her. We need her
And
to.
we have so much to do that day, so
Right.
it is a difficult day for us.
It is. It is. And also we have a great group that donates baked goods. So if someone is a great baker and would like to donate some baked goods, we would also appreciate that. Again, you can call 508-678-0804. We just have to make sure if you have nuts in it, all the allergies that people have.
You just have to make sure you put it on a little piece of paper.
Yeah, you let us know.
And we prefer things be bagged individually.
Yes.
So like 2 cookies in a little Ziploc bag.
Right.
So that way there's no touching, because COVID's still hanging around.
Yeah, we're trying to we try to make everything as COVID-free as possible.
In the past, we would have like a whole cake, we cut it and put it on a plate, but we don't want to do that anymore.
We don't do that.
We'll sell the whole cake, but we won't cut it anymore.
Yes, sadly, our baker friend Dennis passed away, and everybody loved his carrot cakes and his cheesecakes and stuff.
Yes.
So and they were all home baked, and they were excellent.
His recipes are in our cookbook.
Some of his recipes are in our current cookbook.
Some of his recipes are in our cookbook.
That is true. That is true. And so that really is a good thing. And so anybody that enjoys baking and would like to donate, please call the number and let us know, and we'd appreciate that very much. Now, this, again, talking about the trees, I think Bev alluded to it before, but I think we can safely say there's a tree for everyone.
Oh, there is. There is.
Right.
One of the things that I should say on air is that when people donate the trees, we do request that they're fully decorated before they come to White's.
Right.
Because of the short amount of time that we have to make the room look really festive, the trees have to walk in decorated.
Right.
And it's a lot of work for the committee because every tree has to have a registration. People have to walk in and get the registration number. They're not assigned a place to put their tree, but we have decorators that will go around. We're hoping Lucy might be one of our decorators that will go around and move the trees. So for instance, we don't want a table with 5 white trees in a row because that's not aesthetically nice. So we want to alternate the trees, green, white, and some people will just put an item on the tree worth $100, let's say like a $100 gift certificate, and they'll decorate the tree maybe in one color, like a white tree with blue ornaments on it. So that's a very simple tree with a $100 value, and then you'll get some crazy person like me who'll have all this stuff onto the tree. So you want to make sure you alternate that so that you don't put just simple trees all together. You want to have it with the crazy people like me, and then you want to have a simple tree. So we want to make it look nice, and that takes a long time.
It does.
So we cannot have people standing in there decorating their trees, dropping ornaments, hooks all over the place, boxes and gift tags everywhere. So we want to be able to do decorating really quick. So please, if you want to decorate, just make sure you decorate it at home. And not a new thing, but we could tell everybody that decorates these trees, you put them in a 55-gallon trash bag.
Right.
And they fit perfectly, right up to the top.
They do.
And then we just twist the top and carry the trees in. So the 55-gallon black trash bags work perfect. They're perfect size for the trees. And they're pretty sturdy if you get the heavy-duty kind.
They are, and when we
can give you those.
We do give them if people want them. We try to make sure that people get them. But like I said, Bev and I have to go pick up some trees, and some people say, "Well, I can't get the bag." I say, "Okay, we'll get you the bag. We'll leave some down here at the shelter." We try not to involve the shelter too much as far as people.
No, not in fundraising.
It's very, very busy here, so it makes it very difficult for people to come in and get it. But usually, if I'm here on a Monday, I work from home, my office most of the time, but I work here on Mondays. I'll say, okay, why don't you come down and pick up the bags? Or if it's local, Bev and I go out and deliver them so people have them. So we try to accommodate everybody as best as we can.
So, talking about how busy it is in here, everybody's looking at this nice room all decorated. Well, just before we came in, this room was filled with animals.
Mm-hmm, right.
And all the animals had to leave so we could do the show. And they're all piled up out in the hallway. And they will all come back in the room when we're done. So just, we know this is a nice room to do the shooting in.
Right.
However, the animals come into the room too.
Right. There's several rabbits outside waiting to come back in.
Rabbits.
And birds. Yeah.
I saw a guinea pig. Who knows what comes into this room?
Yeah.
This used to be a cat room. Remember those days?
It used to be.
When we used to have 125 cats hanging around in the building. We don't do that anymore.
No, we don't.
Ariana gets these cats out of here so fast. Plus, we have the Baja Cat Cafe, so I know I just counted. There was 9 cats there this week.
She's doing another tree for us this year as well.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. I mean, we're very fortunate to have a good resource of people that continue to want to donate to us. And I can't thank them enough. I mean, people just say, you know, okay, I'll do a tree. Yeah, I'll do another tree. I don't know what theme. Well, you want to know a theme, Bev will give you the theme.
Oh, I have
Bev will help you.
thousands of them in my head.
She could go on and on. So that's not a problem if you can't come up with a theme. Bev takes care of that. And I think the other thing I wanted to mention too is that Bev alluded to, we have a lottery tickets, and we do have trees, and we do have liquor trees. And in the past, we do have signs that say you have to be 21 to bet, to put on this tree, put a ticket in this tree. But we have also in the past have people where there was one time I can remember way back when we had one woman had made a big thing of little nips, and as I kept walking by, the little nips seemed to be going down.
The pile was going down.
The pile was going down. I was like, this is not good.
I remember that.
So now I have people, just FYI, we have people in the room circulating, not only checking to see the tickets in the bags, but also to see if people watching people in the room. And
yes.
Sadly that is the case. Personally I would never have done something like that, so I don't understand it.
Well, what about the money trees?
Right, and the money trees, we have real money sometimes on the trees, and so I have people standing discreetly as much as possible, so you are being watched, just so that you know that if you have any ideas, and maybe I can come in and get a couple of things. And
we don't hire Brink.
No, we don't have Brink guards. Yeah, Brink's guards.
Yeah, we don't have them. We don't hire them.
No, but they'll come and tell me.
A bunch of old ladies helping us out.
Excuse me.
Well,
Speak for yourself. So, I mean, it really is a fun event. I have people that have said to me, I can't wait, I talked to another woman on the phone the other day, and she's like, I never heard about this, she said, and my sister told me about it. I'm so excited to come. And another thing, people do trees in memory of family members or pets.
True.
And women said to me, well, my sister would like a white tree, just tell her it's purple. And I said, okay, so you want to get me in trouble? She said, yeah, tell her it's purple, she said, because I think I want her to spray paint it purple in honor of my sister. That was her favorite color. I said, okay, I'll just tell her it's white, and it has been done. My cousin does a tree for us. She loves Halloween. She spray paints the white tree black. She's done that in the past, and it's come out very nice. So, you can get creative with the white trees. I don't have as many white trees as I have green trees, but we do have white trees as well, and I like to have them, dispersed throughout the room, as Bev has mentioned. And I think also, it's just, I think people see each other. It's like, the old show, oh, Cheers, when you say, hey, there's Norm, it's like, oh, there's Susan. I remember her, and she was here last year. And did you make that tree? And people want to know who made the tree and who didn't. And they get pretty excited about it. I do know there's going to be another Bruins tree this year.
Yes, there is.
A friend of ours is doing another Bruins tree. And I have a friend that would love to have won the Bruins tree in many years. And poor thing, unfortunately, has not won it.
She's never won a
No,
tree.
and she comes every year.
And her son is now, what, 18,
He's in
19?
college, going to college like Casey.
He's going to college. Yep. And she tried to win those trees.
She's tried, and she just never wins. And, it's just, again, it's the luck of the draw. It's very difficult.
We had approximately 2,000 people came through White's last year.
Oh, yes.
And last year there was 86 trees.
Right.
So, only 86 people are going to win.
Right. And that's the sad part of it. But people tell us that this inspires them to go out and get some presents. And if you're not I'm not a sports person, so take no offense from me, but if you're not a Celtics fan, but you really like the Bruins, well, you might be able to take some of that and give it to your brother or sister or cousin,
or a son for a Christmas present.
Right. Or give the tree to someone as a Christmas present. That's what I would do, but
because you'd get rid of it, that's why.
Yeah, because I'm not a sports person.
Right.
But this little friend, my little Alexa here, now that was just fantastic. I loved her. So I just,
and you got the Dot and Alexa.
I got the Dot and the Alexa, so I did really, really well with that. And I'd signed to say choose from 100 themed trees. That has always been our goal, and in the past we have had 100. But again, like everything else, and I hate to say this again, but due to COVID, we have had to cut down. We also, kind of cut down too, because Why did we put it on that? Well, we thought, well, maybe we would do it, but we started thinking about the room size. We don't want people, crowded in and trees crowded in. So, it might be around 90 trees, may not be 100 this year, but it's close to, or we might get more. I don't know, maybe thanks to this TV show we'll get more. I'm not sure, but I think you have to understand that. And we did mention that we do, White's has something, but White's also has a bar. So
the cash bar,
a cash bar, and
the restaurant.
Yeah, you can go down to the restaurant.
Grill.
People have gone to the Galley Grill.
They spend the day. They go to the Galley Grill for lunch.
They do that. So we get White's a lot of business, and then people will say to me, "Oh, Gail, that's nice, but I want to come back." Well, I don't know what to tell you, but this gives you an opportunity to go to the Galley Grill or go there and get something to eat and enjoy it. So I think people are really happy with that. At least the other thing too was I heard, and I don't know exactly, but I heard that again, I'm not a sports person. I heard that the Patriots might be playing that day, but as Bev explained to me, they could be playing in the afternoon or in the evening. So I don't know. So if you're a Patriots fan and you're going to go home, make sure you have the right phone again so that we can call you back, and I'll have somebody available to come pick it up if you don't want to miss the game.
Correct.
I think they have it on the radio though, don't they?
They have it on the radio, and
Okay.
I think the restaurant has the TV playing at the bar.
Not where we are, but at the bar in where the restaurant is.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
is playing, so you can get the scoop.
Yeah.
Before we finish talking about the trees, I would like to add,
Okay.
if you say it's okay.
Well, I don't know what it is, so I'm going to...
It's about the fostering.
You can add about
I
fostering,
think
yes.
we say it almost in every show, but fostering saves lives, and
Yep.
I can't say it enough. I've recently fostered a one-eyed kitten. The poor little thing came in with this bulging eyeball, and and had to go to the vet, and I'm not sure yet if that eye is going to be removed, but putting these little animals in foster gives them a chance, at a home environment instead of being in a shelter environment all alone at night. And it really helps to save lives. We can't say it enough. If you're interested in fostering, we do have a few people who are foster failures. They can't let their fosters go, so they end up adopting them.
Right.
But that's okay, because it means the animal got a home. But we do need people that are willing to come forth and say, yes, I will foster. And you could do that right online. You go to foreverpaws.com, you go to foster at Forever Paws, there's an application there. You could print the application, bring it in, and you can also call our foster coordinator. I don't have the number off the top of my head because it's all in my phone. But you can call the shelter and say you're interested in fostering. For instance, this month we had a mama cat. She came in, a very big fat cat came in, and they got it all settled in the room. They did an exam and everything. They said, I think this cat's pregnant. They came back in the morning, there were 4 babies.
Yeah.
So we ended up, the cat had to stay here for a couple of days with her newborn infants until our foster coordinator, Denise, could find a foster mom for that baby, and the baby's and her mom. So, this is what fostering is all about. And luckily, here at Forever Paws now, we are really building our foster families.
We are.
And it's so important because it really does save lives. It really does.
It does. And it's rewarding. It really is. When they get adopted and stuff, it is rewarding. So if anybody is interested in that, please, get on our website and find the foster application. And one last thing I want to say. Come January, if you attended our Drag Queen Bingo, we are going to have another one the last Saturday in January. I just have to confirm the date with White's. And
we know it'll be on a Sunday
It's a Saturday night.
It's a Saturday night.
So if you missed the last one, or if you attended it and really enjoyed it, we are scheduling another one in January after all the holidays and stuff. And hopefully, I was told that if it does snow, we can reschedule at another time. So I think, folks, that pretty much gives you all about what's going on at the shelter. I want to thank you all for joining us today, and really hope that you join us on November 6th at White's from noon to 5 o'clock.
Come and enjoy and kick off the holiday season.
Right, you may be the winner of a great tree.
Right.